clearly this is HJ.
Yeah,
Like,
but she wasn't working at the dot yet because she was still mean. So he, like, didn't know her voice because he didn't know who this person was. But also she had, like, a weird voice on. And then her voice turned into Rick, which, frankly, I found to be kind of chilling. I was like, nope, hate it.
Okay, me too. That actually sincerely scared me. I wrote that down. It freaked me the fuck out.
Yeah, did not like it.
Yeah, like, oh my god.
When I was bought back when Spinner said, listen to me, you piece of crap. I found that kind of took me out of it.
Well, yeah.
Yeah. But then Spinner's like, holy fucking shit, did I just hear Rick's voice on the... Like, this is not cool!
No, this is traumatizing for everyone. This is crazy.
And, yeah, and then I guess this propels Spinner to, like, go to the school.
You know what this reminds me of, this entire episode? Do you remember in Boy Meets World when they had, like, that weird, surreal Halloween episode?
You mean the best episode of Boy Meets World?
Oh, no, it is for sure the best episode and my favorite episode of Boy Meets World, maybe ever. It's amazing.
I also know it's like...
It's a great... Oh, I know
it's
exactly
the entire cast's, like, favorite episode
because
they filmed.
Incredible. It's so fucking good. But the whole time I was watching this, I was like, this is weird in that specific way where it's like all these things are happening that are technically canon but aren't really canon and are Halloween-y, and I'm confused by everything, but I mean, obviously the Boy Meets World Halloween episode is far superior.
Oh, yeah.
But that's what it reminded me of, just in this, like, weird,
way less
it was, like, weird and surreal and, like, didn't have any ultimate consequences, but also everyone died. Very confusing.
Yeah.
Yeah, and, like, well, I mean, we can just be honest here. I mean, Boy Meets World is just far superior show
You'll
than
always
Degrassi,
know he
let's
was
be
this
honest.
tall when he was going with the pencil. I need to watch that episode.
It's such a good episode.
So good.
You guys, Filling the Void Podcast Network has a Boy Meets World podcast.
Boy Meets
Retrocast.
Yeah.
So,
Nice plug.
Check it out.
Thanks. Just here to support my team.
Anyway, Sav and Anya, are they in a closet? Where the fuck are they? I don't know. Sav tries to scare Anya, and she's not scared at all because he has, like, a mask on, and they start making out, which I hated.
Yeah, I didn't love her, like, it felt out of character for her to go sit down and be like, do you want to make out? And he, like, came over, and it was super weird.
Yeah.
So they go make out, and they're making out, and then Holly J just, like, appears creepily in the
she's
background.
Like, standing in the corner, and they're like, ugh, what are you doing here? And then she's like, she says something gross to Anya that's like, I always hated naughty girls like you, or like something gross like that.
Made me extremely uncomfortable. I was like, oh, I hate this. Oh, I hate this.
And then they're like, what are you doing? And I think she maybe, like, exhibits some kind of power, and she's like, you're at a disadvantage.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Best writing in the episode.
You notice she strangles him.
She makes their mouths disappear, like fucking, like that scene in Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Fucking Mind. Their faces like disappear and they have no mouths, and I guess they die.
Well, she definitely does that to Anya. I think she just strangled
No, she does
Sav.
it to both of them.
She does it to both of them?
Yeah, and it's really
they like
bad
collapse with no mouths.
Yeah,
it's just, like, their mouths are all blurred out.
I just remember
not
Anya.
Degrassi.
It was not. It was so weird. It was just so weird. I don't know. But
I did like disadvantage.
Yeah, that was pretty good. And then she says to Anya, you're prettier without a face or something. I don't know. I was like, what is happening?
And then we're back in the gym. And and then Holly J walks in, and then they're like, what are you doing? And then Mia quotes Heathers and is like, what's your damage? And then she fucking goes up on the stage and starts replaying the quiz show thing.
Yeah, well,
which is chilling as fuck.
Oh, I just got chills thinking about it. Okay, so what happens is, so she walks in, and then she's like, I know this stage. I know where I am. I'm like, Rick, you fucking know where you are. You're in the school. Whatever. So then she goes on the stage, and she starts, like, describing the thing. And Danny's like, oh, that, like, show that nerds do. And she's like, not nerds, smart people. And we're like, same.
Best of the best.
She's like, the elite. And I'm like,
and then she's
I
like,
don't know.
Ding! And then, like, starts, like, literally, like, replaying every question and answer.
It was chilling. It honestly, like, destroyed my...
Holly J was great in this episode.
Holly J
was
goddamn incredible. She was amazing. She did a great...
Black-eyed Holly J.
Black-eyed Holly J, love it. Like, she did, like, a great possession thing. She did a great Rick impression, but, like, twisted Rick impression. Like, awesome. Holly J, just full marks for Holly J. She was awesome.
While she's doing this, Danny is like putting the pieces together.
Yeah, well, at first, Jane kind of notices at first. She doesn't know what's happening, but she's like, no, Holly J would never look like this. Like, her hair's crazy, and she looks, like, weird. This is different. This isn't regular Holly J. Because Mia immediately, like, jumps in for the attack, and Jane's like, whoa, chill, something's wrong. And then Danny's like, oh, fuck. He's like, this is, like, because I forgot that he was, like,
he was probably there.
He was there.
He was a baby.
He was a baby, but he was there.
How long he's been around?
He's been around for a long ass time. So he was there during the thing. Like, so he like knew everything that happened. So that was like chilling to me.
And then while she's on the stage, Johnny, DeMarco, and Moose are like, well, like, we can't pass up this opportunity. Let's pour the blood on her. And then they go to pour the blood. And then she's like, not again. And like, he causes the blood to like
heavy
float
telekinesis
above her via telekinesis. And I just wrote, this is horrifying. And
then she shoots all the blood at Mia and Jane and Danny. Just
this
all
isn't Degrassi.
It's bananas. This whole thing is fucking crazy town.
And then one of the more, maybe most problematic thing that happens in this episode happens.
Oh my god.
The one person who gets hanged in midair is Danny, which I was deeply uncomfortable with.
You know, I didn't even put that together, but I can understand why that's some negative imagery.
Questionable choice, Degrassi.
Yeah. But Danny gets...
But you know what? They probably didn't even think of it that way. Let's not,
I'm sure,
you know.
but it's like, I'm still just like, not great.
Oh, no.
Lynching.
Oh, no, but it's definitely, like, fucking unfortunate.
Yeah.
Yeah. But, and also, DeMarco and Moose should have passed up that opportunity. Who plans an elaborate prank and then does it before the fucking dance starts? Nobody could even see. There's like 7 people.
But, like, what were they going to do? Were they going to hang out, like, on that catwalk all night just waiting? Because they got there so early. They were just sitting up there. Were they just going to, like, hang out and talk? Like...
That sounds good. They do love each other.
They do love each other, but not in a sexy way.
And then she, like, goes up to the catwalk and is like, you're bullies, I know you, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, oh, no. Are Moose and Johnny, like, our new Spinner and Jay? That's unfortunate.
Yeah, they are.
That's a real bummer because they just do not compare.
And then she like dumps them off the catwalk, so I guess they're dead now too.
They're dead too.
Then we're in like a classroom or a closet. Mia and Jane are hiding somewhere, and Mia's like, I just want my baby. And then
because that's always that's just Mia's entire
Jane
brand.
and Mia use this moment to like reconnect and like let bygones be bygones.
Can we talk about this for a second? Because like Mia's like, I've really missed you as my friend. And they have this touching moment. And then Mia's like, I have a confession to make.
Yeah.
Isabella was conceived on your bed. Which, like, first of all, weird moment to choose to do this. Maybe
you need to crowbar, like, a little bit of, like, humor in there somewhere.
And
then we were all so scared.
Yeah. And then Jane's like, ew. And, like, Mia's like, well, his room was messy. And it smelled like cheese.
Yeah.
And I was like, really, guys? Come on. Like, yeah. And then Holly J, like, pops through the books and, like, gets all grabby.
And then they're like, ugh! And she's like, no, it's me. I'm not possessed anymore. And then she's like, it's the glasses. I found these glasses in my locker.
I mean, first of all, like, how are these glasses still there?
I know. I'm like, does she have Rick's old locker? That's also kind of creepy.
Because even if she does have Rick's old locker, which, like, Holly J would have Rick's old locker. But even
they would have cleaned that out.
They would have cleaned it out. There wouldn't be glasses in there. Also, if they were, like, the glasses with the paint on them from that day, he wore those. He died in those glasses.
No, I think he took them off.
Did he?
Yeah.
The scariest thing was the split-screen editing that they did of her finding the glasses.
Oh, my God.
That was totally unnecessary.
Just a goddamn nightmare.
And
it was
then
like it was done in Windows. This whole thing reeked of Windows Movie Maker.
And then it was of really low production quality, except for that blood special effects. That was pretty
they spent all their money on
that's
special
where all the
effects.
budget went.
All towards the blood and Holly J's eyes turning color.
Yeah. And then I think they're like, wait, where's these people? And they go, I don't know.
They ask about everyone,
She's
and Holly
super
J.
flippant about saying that everybody's dead.
Yeah,
Like,
everybody's
oh my God,
dead.
they fell off the catwalk, and they're like, were they smooshed? And she was like, pancakes.
Yeah, everyone's like real cool. But I think Jane says something along the lines of like, well, I'll forgive you those. And I'm like, are we just like deciding who gets to live and who gets to die. Are we playing God with children's lives right now? Like, I get that that's maybe supposed to be a joke, but I'm like, you guys, what is happening?
These are deaths.
Yeah.
These are literal murders by a ghost. Ghostly murders.
Then we see Spinner walking up to the school, just talking to himself.
Full on.
And
Come and save the day.
And then, like, the doors are open, and it's like lightning effects with fog, and he's like, well, guess I'm gonna go to the school and see what's happening.
Because it is ominous as fuck.
Yeah. And then, does she call Mia a whore? I don't.
She calls Mia a whore.
Yeah. She does.
She's straight up a whore.
Oh, yeah, because Jane is possessed now?
Yeah. All right. So, the thing is,
Holly J calls Mia a whore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
they're like, we need to get the glasses. So they go up to the catwalk to find the glasses, and Holly J's back in her form, calling Mia Mama Mia and shit like that.
Yeah. Well, and they find the glasses. Yeah, well, she definitely calls her a whore, and, like, Mia calls her a bitch. It's a whole thing. But they're like, Jane, don't pick up the glasses with your bare hands. And she's like, just for a second to take them outside. Do you think that there's, like, a time lapse on when he possesses your body? Why can't...
Yeah, it's not like Lyme's disease. You need to hold the glasses for a certain amount of time for it to enter your bloodstream.
Exactly.
It's fucking possession.
And, like, pick it up with, like, cloth. Half of these people are wearing long dresses. Use the bottom of your dress. You don't have to use your bare hands. I don't know if that works, but at least use some sort of precaution. I don't know.
Use Johnny DeMarco's fucking little cap. He doesn't need it anymore.
No, just
R.I.P.
R.I.P.
Well, he'll be buried in that.
He will absolutely be buried in that. He better. Have you seen that hair? So they're fighting, and then Jane is suddenly possessed, and she turns around and yells at them for fighting, which, like, doesn't feel like a thing that Rick would care about.
Yeah, I don't know.
Like, some of these things are, like, the bully stuff. Sorry. I have so many opinions. Like, the bully stuff and the Holly J stuff, that makes sense to me. The Anya and Sav making out makes no sense to me.
Yeah, no.
The Holly J and Mia fighting makes no sense to me. Like, only some of these things are, like, in character with Rick. But also, like, in possessions and, like, poltergeist, ghosty activity, a lot of things get sort of, like, twisted and morphed to just sort of fit the narrative so that the ghost can, like, enact, like, their revenge and, like, move to the other side. I don't know, you guys.
I don't know.
Just wait, October 2018, guys. It's coming.
It also could just be, like, his lack of respect for women getting amplified.
That's
so they're just, like, bickering, and he's like, I can't handle it. I'm gonna push you off this catwalk.
Bitches, man.
Yeah.
Jane's not as scary, though, as possessed. Well, like, Holly J was scary possessed. Jane wasn't too scary.
Yeah, I think it was, like, the juxtaposition of, like, Holly J being, like, the preppy girl versus Jane, who's already, like, trying to be gothy. Like, she just looks like she's going through a Marilyn Manson phase, whereas Holly J looks like she's going through an event.
Yeah, that's true.
But then Spinner arrives to save the day, I guess, and he starts talking to possessed Jane, to Rick, and I guess he's finally getting to say he's sorry, and he's like, I know what I did. This is something that I'll have to live with the rest of my life. Please don't do this. And he's like, oh, you don't realize you're dead, do you? Or I don't know. Rick's I'm dead, and aren't I? And like,
yeah.
Yeah.
You'd have to realize you're dead if you're possessing people.
There's
a lot of things that just don't fucking jive with me.
So has he been haunting the school this whole time? I don't understand.
Maybe he only comes back on the anniversary of his death. That sounds like would fit the narrative.
When someone finds his glasses that shouldn't be there.
Yeah, I don't know.
Because nobody cleaned out the locker of the kid who was involved in the fucking murder, who died and tried to kill somebody.
It's a goddamn nightmare.
No.
This whole thing. And I was like...
I guess he finds, like, peace or closure.
Yeah.
I
mean, it's like... I don't know. And, like, it's... I have so many... They're like... It's like... The conversation that they're having is, like, this nice... Like, it's not nice. But it's like... It's this closure that they should both want to have, and, like, I get that, and it could be a nice thing, because Rick is like, I'm really sorry about Jimmy, and I'm like, and that, I was like, oh, my heart, like, because he feels bad about Jimmy, and it's, like, a whole thing, but also, this is fucking crazy town.
I didn't like it.
I did not care for it. I was just like, it